Judy, that's all very well, but I did really want to ask you
Yeah.
a couple because I was reminded you
Yes.
were putting batteries
Yes.
into your system.
Yes.
And I was reminded that a couple of weeks ago,
Yes.
because you didn't have any batteries,
Yes.
you went to Marsh Barton
Yes.
in your car,
Obviously.
which was parked not far from here.
Yeah.
We're in the Phonics studio in the basement of the Phoenix.
Yeah.
So there are car parks nearby.
Yeah.
And then you came back again,
Yep.
and the show was still going on.
Was that an amazing thing, or?
Well, it was. I think it's fairly amazing.
Oh, all right.
Oh,
You didn't collapse without me.
No. That wasn't what was amazing.
No?
What was amazing was
Yes.
you could have gone
Yes.
to the Access All Aerials studio.
I went past it.
You went past it.
Yep.
So it would have been quite practical for you
Yes.
to be in this studio,
Yes.
say, hello everyone. I quite like Phonic FM, but I've heard that Access All Aerials studio has got other aspects to it, or
Yeah.
you could have offered some reason why you wanted to go there.
Hmm.
You could have nipped down there.
Yeah.
You could have said hello to them. You could have broadcast something. We could have found it through some magic method
Yes.
and got it onto our system.
Yes.
So we could have just borrowed quarter
Yes.
of an hour
Yes.
from Access All Aerials.
Yes.
And then you could have come back again,
Yes.
and before the Wild Show ended,
Yes.
you would have been back as part of this one.
Yes. Well, I was. If I'd been all the way out to that place and back again.
Well, yeah, now look, here's Chris.
Yeah.
He's not lost.
We thought he'd.
He's
I was
arriving.
about to send a search party out, but I didn't need to. Yeah, yes, well, it's not that far away in the car.
No.
It's what I call, as long as you get around the roundabout in the quarter of the term, you're okay.
Yes. Chris, we've still only got 2 microphones.
Okay.
But you can demand some.
Uh,
Well,
that JD moves it over towards you.
JD, you have a microphone. I'm sure if I need to talk, I can.
Okay. Well, look, Chris, we're going to make assumptions about you. What we've established is that JD was able on a previous occasion to leave the studio, find his car, drive down to Marsh Barton, collect this and that to keep his systems going,
Yeah.
and come back again.
Do you want
Yeah.
me to go and try again?
Well, let's talk about that,
Yes.
JD.
Okay.
We'll get to that before. We've got another 10 minutes
Okay.
to solve my problem.
Right.
So I'll explain to you what the problem is. So, he could have gone to the Access All Aerial studio. He could have broadcast from there. We could have intercepted it and put it into our show, possibly.
Yeah, okay.
And then he could have come back again.
Yeah.
So I've been experimenting with leaving the drama show on a Thursday, the first Thursday of the month,
Yeah.
putting on something pre-recorded, going away, going over to the Tech Exeter breakfast, saying hello to them, and then coming back again. And probably I'm still here. Well, I'm back again before 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had thought that, well, okay, maybe I could record something over there, or they've got tech over there, they've got broadcast methods. But as it turns out, Sandra Bellamy yesterday came to the We Don't Know show.
Yeah.
She's part of Tech Exeter, or she's been going to Tech Exeter breakfast for a while. So eventually, the way we actually did it was she came here and into a proper radio studio, you might say, and was able to stay here for a couple of hours. So if we've got the idea of a temp radio studio, in other words, somewhere in the middle of Exeter, we can record things that people say.
Well, you can fish it back to here. Got the technology to do it, so you could do something completely live, and somebody could sit in the studio and You can broadcast it here. You can do it anywhere now. The technology is here.
Yes, but JD, what strikes me is maybe you record it on one occasion and then you splice it up into other bits and pieces, and the next broadcast you do, some of it's live, but a lot of it is already done. So in other words, would we be better off telling Access All Aerials you were coming, pre-recording something that they do,
Yeah.
and then we would broadcast. This is what we believe JD would be like if he has actually succeeded in getting there, or something like that.
Well, I could send you a postcard.
That's
Having
true.
a wonderful time,
That would
drinking
get-
all
that-
their coffee,
That would get to us by
putting my feet up.
that would get to us by next week.
Yes.
And now this is the bit Chris may interrupt and demand a microphone about. We believe that the C bus will get to Access All Aerials.
What, the one who goes in the sea or the sea letter?
Well, the letter C.
Letter C, okay.
So, Chris, we might have found where the bus stop is.
Right.
So we might ask Chris to catch a bus down there.
Okay.
So does it,
But would he get back again during the show? I'm
Oh.
not sure he would.
I very much doubt that.
well,
So we would have to organise the show slightly differently.
Yeah.
we could put on his wheelchair some supersonic jets. And then he'll be there in a quarter of the time and he can come back again.
Yeah, I can see that not being I can see that not being a very good solution.
Oh. But in principle, Chris, sometime this summer,
Yeah,
getting down to Marsh Barton is a possibility.
that would be true. Yeah.
And in the meantime, we can maybe record bits and pieces. I got there on a train. I thought because they've now got a station at Marsh Barton that would be a way of doing it. But it turns out not all the trains actually stop.
No.
You have to plan it quite carefully.
Yeah.
And also there's quite a long distance from the station to Access All Aerials.
Okay.
Yes, it is. It's in the next road. Yes, I've walked around there myself. Yes, it's not exactly quick.